Good evening, everyone. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader. Monday night, June the 13th. Well, the market stabilized today, and looks like they may try to reverse it in the zone, but we'll see. We still have the margin of error to bring it a little bit lower here. But let's start out with some of the longs. We'll go over some of the shorts after. Right now, BioCryst Pharmaceuticals has been taken off. If you notice, on Friday it popped out across the declining top line and this falling wedge or basing pattern, and through the 50-day moving average today, and through lateral price resistance today to reach the major declining tops line before it backed off. Up 46 cents or 13% or 1.1 million, by far the biggest volume this year. Looks to me like the stock is about to make a move here, and if you can get over the 4.5 area, I'd be looking for a move that takes us to 5 3/4. Majesco Cool, COOL, after the falling declining channel, was broken with a thrust to the upside here, and then a 4 or 5 day consolidation as volume came to a low volume ebb right here, and then it surged in the last week and a half, taking it to as high as 453 today. Closed at 438, up 38 cents, 9.5%, more than 4 million traded. You can see OBV, balanced volume, I should say, the money stream and balance of power all improving. It looks like this may be headed for the top of the channel. My trading target for a swing around 7, 7.5. EGHT, which popped last week and then backed off today, came out again, up 33 cents or 9.5% on almost 1.9 million shares. Good volume. It looks like if it gets out over the 390 area, we may see this run up towards 465. That's my trading target for EGHT. Up next is ESIC, which has had a great time of it. And the last 3 sessions gapped up, ran on Thursday, followed through Friday, again today, backed off near the close. But and there is overhead resistance up here, but I'm still looking for move to 5 3/4 for EasyLink. INSM Insmed of late has been doing great. If you look at the March low, the stock's moves dramatically from about the 4.5 area to 13 and 14 today. So in the last 90 days has more than tripled. Now the early move here was followed by this consolidation of about 3 or 4 weeks, popping another flag. Yesterday it popped, today it followed through $1.42 or 12%. The top of the channel, and the way I've looked at it at this point, angles in around the 16 3/4, 17 zone. That'll be my short-term trading target for INSM. JVA had a bit of a consolidation inside day today, and managed to gain 19 cents after getting up to 14.5, but the overall pattern is so strong that I'd love to see it consolidate for a couple days in here and then pop towards the $18 range. ONTY continues in a fantastic looking rising channel since March. You can see how the stair steps its way up with a pop, pull back, etc., etc. And my trading target remains around 780. ORS, big day today, jumping from 374 at the opening to 678 before backing off to 540. Still up $1.59 to 42%. 4.1 million, by far the biggest volume we've seen in the stock ever. And you can see how the stock is surging beyond 2 technical resistance zones to check on the test the upper end of the lower end of this resistance zone here before backing off. But a big day today, and if we get any kind of follow through, I'm looking for 8.5 before it's all over. RCON, monster move, have taken this from under $1 to over 4 just in the last couple sessions. Today up another 71 cents or 27%. 414,000 shares, the biggest volume in quite a while. But it did back off. If it does continue to thrust here, we can see 4 3/4 and maybe as high as 6, 6.5. But it may take some doing as the stock is a bit overbought here and needs to consolidate. RPTP continuing in a fantastic rising move since this thrust here in mid-May, taking it from about 3.5 up to 6.5. But my target still remains around the 7.5 3/4 zone before it's over. SCO. Now, ultra short oil has formed a nice little head and shoulders bottom. Here's your left shoulder, head, platform, kind of right shoulder pattern. If we can get a move across 48.5 with volume, I can see this in 53 and then 59 zones down the road. Boingo Wireless had a big pop today, jumping 32% from around 8 to 10.5 range, and then backed off to 10.11, still up 246 or 32%. And volume was 3.5 million shares. heaviest volume since it went public about a month ago. You can see how the stock has now approached its declining tops line and actually closed above it. But we need to get above the 10 3/4 range, 10 5/8, 10 3/4, 10.65 range up there is where resistance is. If we can get to that, we can see this at 11.5, maybe even 12. ZAGG hit our target exactly today at 12.5 and closed at 12.27, up 64 cents or 5.5%, 2.6 million shares. Stock's looking very good, but it did hit the top of the channel today. If it does fly through here, we could see the stock eventually up towards the 20 level, but that's on an intermediate basis. Short-term target at 15. And ZSL, another ultra short on the silver side, after the big thrust in May and the falling channel here, has thrusted back up through the declining tops line and through this resistance zone. Now we have the overhead moving average around 20. And if it gets through, we can see the stock move back up towards 24 plus. Those are the longs for today. Let's look at the box of shorts list and some stocks on that list that are looking quite negative. Aruba Networks, as you can see, massive top formed. Stock came down hard, formed the bear flag, failed the resistance here, and rolled over. Today down another 81 cents. Looks like it may be headed for the 20 3/4, 21 zone. BODY, new addition, broke a topping pattern, rallied back to it, rolled and caved, reversed on Friday, and then today down another 28 cents. But this one looks like at any point it could start to cascade lower. Target 15 to 16 zone. Cyberonics, big break here, falling wedge, and the stock looks terribly negative. I'm looking for more downside towards 24, perhaps even as low as 21 before it's over. CYD, one of our current swing trade positions on the short side, rolled out of this bear wedge and cascade lower today, down $1.88 or almost 10%. The stock now looks like it's headed for the 16.5 zone, and that would be my trading target. Dawson Geophysical dropped $1.61 today, or 5%, and broke down below the recent lows in here, which could lead to much more downside, at least to 28, maybe as low as 26. GPRO, a new one we spotted this weekend, broke hard last week, formed a little bear wedge, and has been moving lower. The stock could see 66 and maybe even 61. Those are my short and intermediate targets. Kraton Performance Polymers, which had a big move in the last couple of years. Looks like it's topping for sure. Broke down hard in May, formed a coil, a bear coil, and maybe falling out of it here. Keep close tabs on this one. Short-term target 34.5 and then 30. PSC, Pioneer Southwest Energy Partners, after cracking hard and running back to resistance, came back down and tried to rally but failed at the top of the channel, and today dropped 93 cents or 3%. This thing could cascade lower, and if it does, I wouldn't be shocked to see down around 24.25. And lastly for today is Rockwell Automation, down another $1.06. You can see the big wedge that formed was broken last week, and the stock is stair-stepping lower. Now 77 is my near-term target. That's support right here. But if we break down below this level, 70 is my next target. And that's it for this evening. Have a good one.